Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate, and this is Policy of Madness. Last time we escaped from the Candlekeep Catacombs in some fashion here. We have no exit. No visible exit anyway. We still made it out.
Nothing to it.
This time what we're going to do is head to that area here and clear it out. I don't think it's going to take very long. Then we're going to go up to Olgoth's Beard and we're going to do all the preparatory things that are necessary to get into the basement of Durlag's Tower. Because one does not just walk into the basement of Durlag's Tower. There's all this crap you have to do first. We're going to do the crap. I'm out of stone skin, so I don't remember that happening. Okay, well we don't need that anymore. Oh, first we need to sell some of this shit. There we go. Well, we're gonna stow it. We're gonna just drop it in a chest somewhere.
Whatever you want.
Somewhere being right here. So last time I was talking about mansplanation, and it should be clear from the description and what I've done, or what I've said about it, that
If you say so.
this is nothing that women are incapable of doing. Okay, women mansplain also. Or at least they do the thing that we define as mansplanation when a man is doing it. So why do we call it mansplanation specifically? Why not some other gender-neutral word to describe it? A lot of dudes get super offended over the word mansplanation. And I do understand where they're coming from.
I'm waiting. If that's what you want.
I do understand where they're coming from. There is some, so let's take a look at this axe. Yeah, throwing axe plus 2. 1d6 plus 3. This is a pretty good weapon. The most important part of it is that it's a throwing axe, but it comes back. It's a boomerang axe. So it comes back when you throw it. As a melee weapon, of course, the fuck was that sword called? I still can't remember. Spider's Bane. Okay, that's what it's called. Spider's Bane. Whenever I try to think of this sword, I keep thinking of Warmonger. Warmonger was a sword in a game called The Summoning, and once you pick up Warmonger, you'll never put it down and never use anything else because items in the Summoning degrade over time, and then they eventually break. And this goes for pretty much everything that you use. So, yeah, except for bags. I think bags last. But everything else that you use eventually degrades. But Warmonger is never degrades. So you'll use Warmonger forever. And so whenever I think of Spider's Bane, I keep thinking the word Warmonger, and that's not correct. Okay, so if you have any sense whatsoever, if you've been playing a fighter, you have been specializing in two-handed swords and longbows. And now you have this amazing throwing axe. Look at this, 1d6 plus 3. And it's a boomerang axe. This is a great weapon. But it comes so late. And this would be a pretty good cloak if we didn't already have a better cloak. Okay. The thing is that mansplanation is done epidemically by men. I mean, it really is. I get mansplained at every, probably 2-3 times a year. And it is always a man. I mean, there's nothing innate in a mansplanation that a non-man is incapable of doing it. It's just that men typically don't, or non-men typically don't do it. Yeah. That's, whichever one this is, it's, Grind's Obi-Wan moment. Okay.
Whatever you
And
desire.
a mansplanation is, also something that can be done even when the person doing it is knowledgeable. I mean, the mansplanation that the creeper pulled on me was... the hell? I hate it when they fucking do this. Now there's no way off this map until I go somewhere. Okay, whatever. Put our ring of free action back on.
Is that all?
Usually when I'm doing this area, I'm walking around with a huge contingent of skeletons. Really? I can't get there from here? Okay. The creeper knew jack all. I mean, it doesn't take any kind of genius to know that you do not put fertilizer in a damn potted plant. I mean, anybody with even basic knowledge of plants is not gonna fucking do that. But mansplanations are not limited to just situations in which the person doing it is incompetent. I have my theories about why men do this. And I really think that to a large degree this is a status thing that men want to either create or establish or maintain
Tell me all
certain
about it.
status. So when a man feels like he is in the presence of someone who is lower status, he wants to maintain that position of being higher status than this person.
What you want?
Scroll of Wisdom. Sure sounds useful, doesn't it? Except we've never encountered a Scroll of Wisdom. Like, ever. And when a... Here's our adder caps. Where there are adder caps, there are web traps. Oh, I think this is the adder cap, actually.
I'm waiting. Yes.
Wow, okay.
Tell me all about it. Manus potentes whatever you want.
It's a scroll of wisdom. Okay.
Vita!
When a man encounters someone that he believes to be lower status, then he's going to want to either establish or assert that he is higher status. And if he encounters someone of perceived higher status, then it's try to tear down the man or something. This is a theory. I know that most of the people who watch this are male. And maybe there's some other factor, so don't really know. That's my theory, though. That's always matched. Ooh, is this a sword spider? Oh, look at this pile of high-value spiders. Okay. But there's a trap in this area.
Vita!
Oops.
I'm waiting. Just ask. Vita! Yes. What would you like? Vita!
Alright. Giant spider is not quite so scary.
Tell me all about it.
Not scary at all, actually.
Nothing to
We'll
it.
take care of all of these at once.
I'm waiting. Whatever you want. Incurtus.
Ah. There's a trap.
Incurtus.
Regardless of the reason, the fact is that it's men who do it much, much more frequently than people who are not men. It's like epidemic with men. There we go.
Alia Vero.
Not that long ago, I was at a wedding, and a dude mansplained at me. This guy was older than dirt, and quite intelligent. He was very knowledgeable. He was not mansplaining, out of his ass, like the creeper. He was actually telling me useful things, but he was not engaging me in any kind of a conversation. He, essentially asked me my name, I told him, and he started going on about something that was vaguely kind of almost related to my name. And you may wonder, what the fuck? And that would be a good response, actually, I think. What the fuck? Really? Here's the Red Wizards. Red wizards are up here on a bloodstained altar thing, and what are they doing? I have no idea, actually. This was still a mansplanation, even though he was not talking out his ass, even though he was a really intelligent person who had a lot that was true and interesting to say. It was still a mansplanation.
I'm waiting.
Because he was not engaging me in any kind of conversation. He just started lecturing me. This is something that men do. Something that women can do, and it's something that women sometimes do. And people who are non-binary are also fully capable of doing this shit.
Yes. Vita!
But they just don't, at least not as often. Where's my... okay.
Tell me all about it.
Unbelievable that these things have survived 2 skull traps. Okay. Let's go take care of the red wizards.
Manus potentes ha!
This, of course, will not be difficult. This is a scroll of foolishness instead. Just in case you were dying to know.
Veritas credo.
Fear my wrath, for it is great indeed.
Incurtus.
I did 14 damage with a fucking stick. It's because I have a +3 damage with this thing, and +7 damage with my fucking amazing strength. My now superhuman, literally superhuman strength. I don't know what level these guys are. It's definitely not as high as mine. One of them has a ring. Where's the ring? There's a ring. This is a really interesting ring. And I never use it. Like, literally never use it. It's got a fun little color story, though. Color text on it is kind of interesting. It was used by a drow. He was allowed a single magic item to aid him. And he had an ally in the crowd who hit his opponent in the back with it. Which actually is, in my opinion, a brilliant interpretation of the rules. I don't think there's anything else on this map that's even remotely dangerous. The story that I told, the first story that I told about the mansplanation, about the dude who was mansplaining at the woman who had written a book on the subject he was mansplaining about. And it soon became clear that the book that he said that he had read that was so awesome that he wanted to share it with her was the book that she had written. Where's that little rock where the dude is? Like next to a rock or something, isn't he? Yeah, he's over here. Okay. That guy may well have been an expert. I mean, he really wasn't, because all he had done was read a book on the subject. And now he thought he was an expert or something.
What you want?
Thanks for the EXP, but I don't need your foolishness scroll. Okay. The guy that I was talking to at the wedding, he really was an expert in his topic. He didn't bother to actually talk to me. He was talking at me. He wasn't talking with me. Maybe I was an expert in this subject too. I wasn't, but he didn't have any way to know that, because he didn't ask me anything. He didn't give me an opportunity to say anything. It's not like I was just sitting down and taking this. I was trying to interject. You know, I actually know a couple of things about what you're talking about. I'm not an expert. Not as much as an expert as he was. But he didn't know that, and he kept talking over me. It's like, fuck you. Eventually I just wandered away from him because I don't have to put up with that shit. He really was an expert though, and I don't know what he was thinking. If, maybe he felt that his expertise in this area meant that I was not allowed, or that it was absolutely impossible that I might have also been an expert. I guess the experts are like the Highlander. There can be only one. So if a guy's an expert on something, that means he's the only expert. And then he starts mansplaining at whoever he's with, especially if that person is female. And that's why we call it mansplanation. It's not because women can't do it, or because women don't do it, because women do this too. But they don't do it as much.
Of course.
It's not something that you just kind of start to expect a woman to do. There we go.
If that's what you want.
And it's not something that you expect women to do, because women don't do it as much. And men do mansplain at one another. What the? Hang on. The hell is this? It looks like the McDonald's. Is there a McDonald's in here? Is this supposed to be towels? It looks like McDonald's. I actually could use the McDonald's right now. McDonald's has this
Nothing to it.
bacon cheeseburger right now. I don't know why they don't have the bacon cheeseburger all the time, but it's like some kind of a special that they only have at certain periods of time. Don't know why that is. It's fucking delicious. And it's not that big either. It's not like that
Whatever you
third
want.
pounder Angus burger with mushroom and Swiss. That was fucking delicious.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
They got rid of it. Don't know why. Because it wasn't selling as well as they wanted it to. Like, wasn't... I think it sold pretty fucking well. Clairvoyance we won't use. Even though we really would like to do it, like to use it, we won't actually. Don't actually know a situation in which we're going to need protection from acid. If men didn't do this epidemically, then it wouldn't be called mansplanation. It'd be called something else. Something probably equally derisive. Ah, we have an emerald that we don't actually need. We're going to go get that prism thing off of our... Wow. Rogue stones are extremely rare. Except that they're all over the fucking place in Baldur's Gate 2. In this game, I think there's actually only 2. That was one of them. And the other one is in the city, and we did not pick it up because we're not a thief, and we actually just don't give a shit.
Just ask. I'm waiting.
If this were something that women did equally to men, then we wouldn't call it mansplanation. But we do call it mansplanation because men are the ones who do it. I get mansplained out, like I said, probably 2-3 times a year.
What would you like?
And it is always men. It is always men. I can't remember the last time a woman mansplained at me.
Nothing to it.
I know it's something that is done, and I know it's been done to me. It's not done as often, and that's why we call it mansplanation. So, avoid mansplaining, gentlemen. All you have to do, and it's really fucking simple.
Dealing with criminals jades a man so.
Okay, he gave us way less. And, hopefully he took that fucking quest out of our... Yeah, okay. That stupid prism quest out of our journal. One of the challenges that I've done in this game, kind of a self-imposed thing, is to do every single quest to make sure that every single fucking quest is removed from this. The winter wolf pelts, that has to be manually removed. You can edit them by doing this. You have to manually remove it because the person who did Tutu, in general, Tutu is really, really good. The person who did Tutu, however, decided that that particular quest can never be,
Yeah,
can never actually be
want.
fulfilled. But one of the things that I really like about Tutu is that if you ask your familiar for advice, it always fucking has some. When you ask the familiar for advice in Baldur's Gate 2, I don't know when you can ask the familiar for advice and it will actually say something. But in Tutu, it always has something to say. At least every time that I've checked, the familiar always has something to say. And it's usually just a reiteration of your objective for the chapter. You know, right now we've got to locate Saravok and kill him. So we need to return to Baldur's Gate. I wish I could feed him. Sorry, there's no food in this game. Okay. That's a really nice touch in Baldur's Gate 2 as opposed to Baldur's Gate 2.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Forward march!
If you say.
Forward march!
Oh, none of them have bows. That's interesting.
Forward march!
I have yet to find a place in Baldur's Gate 2 where you can talk to your familiar and it will actually have something to tell you, like advice to tell you.
Of course.
Not mansplaining is really simple. All you have to do is not just lecture at people that you've just met.
Useful gadgets I have. Yes, I do.
No gold. I have 160,000 gold pieces or something stupid like that. Or low price. Okay, one of his ward stones is worthless. And one of them is real. Plus we got a bunch of trash. He said he was leaving, but he's still there. Okay.
Step right up! Step right up!
With the very seat of danger. So you're going up danger's ass. One does not simply dive into danger's ass. $60 gold for me and my ferret. Huh. He doesn't even have a tour bus where he's going to take us with him. Okay.
If that's what you want.
We need a rest. We need to get away from him so we can cast Sunfire and not catch him in it. Did that thing actually survive a Sunfire? No, I just didn't hit it. No, I did hit it. Okay, I don't understand that.
Tonight you sleep hunted by all, and wake in a dream hunted by one. Tonight you are the monster everyone claims you are. The kobold scorned like a rodent. The ogre that children fear comes in the night. The mobs and their torches now come for you, counting you among the creatures you once did hunt. Or so someone would have you believe. Once again you hear the voice, a voice that now makes no secret of its origins. It speaks of destiny and nature, and of evils bred in the bone. It says you will never be free of the mob, that they will hunt you for what you are. Murder and death run through your heart, and accepting that will supposedly give you power. The essence of Baal within you cannot be ignored. But you have not ignored it. You realize that from the first you have fought the very blood in your veins, fought dagger and claw for each victory, and ultimately you have triumphed. With righteous will, you have turned the dark forces within you to good purpose. Whatever the foundation of your being, you have remade yourself in your own image. Amidst threats it does not yet know are empty, the voice tries to play upon your doubts, but finds none. As you stare unwavering, the presence grows weaker and weaker. As it fades from your mind, one warning does stand out amidst the din. It speaks of others that will listen where you have not, others that will embrace what you have rejected, and others that will be your death. This describes but one man, and you know of no other it could be. He who orchestrated your fall, deceived your comrades, and deserves all that your justice shall meet upon him. Saravak. He is a debt that must be paid to the whole of the Sword Coast. You awake sure of your cause, and of what must be done.
This talks to me like I'm a paladin or something, and I know of no other that it could be. We'll see at the end of this game that there are thousands of children of Baal, and actually we'll meet some of them in Throne of Baal, and one of them is a fucking chinchilla. So now we have Draw Upon Holy Might twice, which is actually a really nice ability for us to have. We no longer have to worry so much about our weight limits. We're going to encounter some doppelgangers here, and we're going to check over here and see if there are some greater doppelgangers. Just kind of hanging out, because sometimes they do that. In order to avoid mansplanation, all you have to do is talk to someone. You know, not talk at them, talk with them. And, you know, ask them about themselves, their interests. Oh, no doppelgangers. That's amazing. Listen to their answers and believe them. You know, all you have to do is have a conversation. That's why mansplanation is so insulting. Because by doing it, you're demonstrating that you have no real interest in the person in front of you. I thought we were supposed to meet him in front of the tower. We were supposed to meet him in front of the tower. Where the fuck is he? Okay, something here is not right. If we go in the tower, what do we see?
Whatever you desire. Is that all?
Oh, there he is.
Step right up! Step right up! There's a sucker born every minute, and you are right on time.
You son of a bitch. Waist deep on a man would probably be like up to a dwarf's eyeballs.
Step right up! Step right up!
That's exactly kind of what we've been doing. Is now sullen home. Maybe sullied.
I have things to do. Why not being sitting on me duffer talking to you? I have things to do. Why not being sitting on me duffer talking to you? I have things to do. Why not being sitting on me duffer talking to you?
There's a sucker born every minute, and you are right on time.
Actually, we just bought one. It was like 500 gold.
Tell me all about it. Whatever you want.
The excruciating surprise. I believe in danger, and I know what fear means. Fuck you. If I don't succeed, I'd probably be dead, wouldn't I? Third floor down. That's a long way, actually.
Death welcomes you.
We'll be encountering plenty of demon knights in the next game. Tour's over and tower's closed.
In cactus.
Alright. We managed to just totally avoid all those fireballs, didn't we? Awesome. And here's the gold we just gave him. Okay. So now we're ready to go down into the basement. Oh wait, there's one more thing we need to do.
Just ask.
All you have to do to avoid mansplanation is just have a conversation. Talk to the person in front of you. Don't assume that you know more than this individual. Have a conversation.
What would you like?
That's really genuinely all it takes. And that's why it's so insulting when you don't fucking do it.
Let's do it.
Is it this house? I think it's this house.
Whatever you want.
What's your tale?
You love your kid, obviously, but eyes open here. Probably we will not be getting far enough down into the tower to find her son, but now we're ready, just in case we do go down there, and this will also give us some extra dialogue options when we talk to a guy soon. But that's it for this time. Next time we'll be going into the basement of Durlag's tower. Oops. We return to Durlag's tower, and we're going to be doing at least the first basement level. Until we have level 13. We'll probably stop when we're level 13 because that's the whole point of this. But join me then. Later.